City is a building in Johannesburg. It's a skyscraper near the city centre, which was apparently once the tallest residential building in the Southern Hemisphere. It was built in 1976 in a kind of brutalist modernist style. It was built specifically for white people, for upwardly mobile, young, aspirant white people in the kind of heyday of apartheid. As the country kind of, in many ways, fell apart in the 1980s and then kind of came together again with democracy in the 90s, the building, in a very interesting way, kind of tracks those changes. It became renowned for all sorts of social problems in the 80s. So the building has a very interesting history.
We met in 2007, and the following year Mikel actually moved to Johannesburg, and I went out and joined him, and I think a lot of the work really developed out of just being in the space and a kind of a conversation that happened while going through the space. I think one of the things about the whole thing as a body of work is it consists of many different approaches to making work, from a very methodical, typological methodology to looking at all kinds of different archives, from found to ones within institutions and libraries and more traditional archival institutions, and a more classical photodocumentary aspect as well. The publication really pulls all of the different strands of the work together. Essentially what we came up with, opposed to one book, there's a main book and then 17 separate books which overlay on top of the main book. We commissioned about 8 essays and kind of put together our own visual essays which go in the 17 booklets. It's a kind of a reaction to the singular story, in a sense, because I think often these environments get incredibly polarized and get told in a specific way of a dystopia and as being very dysfunctional, and in reality that's one narrative, but there are many other narratives as well which run alongside that, which are equally true. Our kind of aims for the project, if that's how to put it, have really been to kind of just offer people different ways into this building as something in itself, but really mainly as a metaphor, as a way of looking, as a kind of framework to look at Johannesburg and South Africa.